Hello and welcome. My name is Campbell and this is Spiral Up, where we talk about practical, everyday things we can use to improve our lives and get more of what we want. And today I wanted to talk about what's going on in the world with the craziness. We all know it's been a bit of an interesting year with the illness that shall not be named. And so I just wanted to talk about what's going on now, because obviously things are compounding and they're getting pretty crazy out there as far as, the information that is being allowed to get to us. There's so much that is being stopped. So why is this? What's going on and what can we do about it? Let's get into it. Alright, so what is happening? Obviously, we can see that we've got all this information being thrown at us at the moment, and lots of it is not making sense. We seem to be in a place where, our senses and what we're seeing and what we're feeling is different to what we're being told. And obviously we're having one narrative pushed at us. On top of that, there are other little bits and pieces coming at us, and that's really to confuse us. But what's really going on here is this is a game for your attention. That's exactly what's happening. And this is really what's been going on for sort of time immemorandum. The deal is to control the future and the past. You don't need to actually go out and do anything physically. What you need to do is you need to control the people who create the future and the past. And who creates the future and the past? Well, we do. We do it with our thoughts. That's what thoughts are. Thoughts are energy, and thoughts, if you think of them like being a magnet, they basically attract to them this same kind of thought. So positive, attracts positive, negative attracts negative. So our thoughts, whatever we focus on is what we actually create in our lives. And on a bigger scale, whatever we are focusing on as a world, as the earth, as the whole population, that's what we're going to create as a, combined future, a future that we're all going to experience. So this is what the media is. Media is the goddess of illusion, from what they tell us is Greek mythology. So the media is illusion. It's an illusion. Okay, it's there to trick us. And the reason is they want us to believe their narrative. And if they can get enough people to believe them and to think, to use their thought power, and to put that on what they want the outcomes to be, then that's how they create the future. They use us. They manipulate us because we are the creators. We create the future down here. We're not the ultimate creator, but down here, we create our experience through our thoughts and our feelings. And so this is, another one is feelings. Obviously they love to put people in fear, and they love to sort of put these scenarios up where people run through, movies in their mind, and they really get emotionally attached to it. And that makes, your thoughts and your energy so much more powerful. And so, the media, the people who spread illusion, which is, of course, all media, I think it's 98% or more is owned by 6 people, 6 companies, all owned by one person. So this is an agenda by a very small group of people, and they are trying to affect the whole world and get everyone to believe what they want us to believe, that they're, that we're a sick, dying race that, is at the mercy of these, microorganisms basically, and that we don't have the power. And this is the big trick. They tell us we don't have the power to change anything, but what they're actually doing is using us to change everything, because we are the only ones with the power to change, our experience and our reality and, the so-called future. Because of course there really is only the now. The future and past are always just perceived from the now. And this is another thing that is happening, is what is called gas lighting. This whole story, they love to change the narrative and confuse us, and they try and make us think that what we know and what we've experienced is wrong. So they try and tell us, the opinions we've got about the world that we've built up are suddenly wrong, or no, that's all different. All that information's changed, and so it puts everyone in a state of like flux, where people are grabbing for ideas because everything's up in the air. And so then what they do is they give you an idea to grab onto. Here, grab onto this one, or you can emotionally attach to this one, and then so this is what's happening. So at the start of the year, we saw, we did see. Apparently, lots of people coming down with, the illness that shall not be named. And that was probably a direct result of people focusing on it, and people who are more prone to hypochondria, focusing on something and then rolling in and saying, do I have it? And then, of course, all they have to say is yes. And there we go. 8 months later, into a 2-week restriction of movement, here we are, and they're still pushing this. And of course now, they're pushing part 2. They're pushing the prick, the injection, which do not take that. Just do your own research. But again, this is all got to do with fear and manipulation, because it's all consent. We do in the end have to consent to this. And this is what's happening at the moment, is they're still trying to put out this narrative, but they're doing it so much that people are starting to see through it, and people are, waking up, or they're starting to see through the illusion. The veil is starting to lift. And this is, there's two things happening. Well, there's a big thing happening, which is energies are changing, and you've probably heard, the age of Aquarius, the Kali Yuga's ending. Also the 2012 whole thing is coming into play. In Ethiopia, it's still 2012 because they never changed calendar to the Gregorian. So all this stuff's happening with energies and with astrology and with just different energies and vibrations and frequencies, and it's raising, and we're all, and those that want to control us are trying their best to control our thoughts and to control the narrative. Because if they control the narrative, then they control our thoughts. But what's happening is clearly they've gone too far, and people are starting to see through this. So, I think I might have skewed off my point there, but the message I want to put through is, at this point, we really need to get, as many points of view as we can. We need to think for ourselves and come to our own conclusions and our own opinions, because when we do that, we take our power back. So when we're just believing what we're being told through the media and through different, people and peers, then we have no power, because we're not making decisions. We're not deciding for ourselves. And of course, the ultimate thing we all have, the ultimate power that no one can ever take away, is that power of decision, choice. That cannot be taken away. And that's really where our power lies, is we get all this information, but the power is in choosing what you're going to believe or act on, or that you find most, fits in with the experiences you've had. So it's all to do with choice. And this is, again, they're trying to make us choose, their narrative. So turn off the media. Don't even watch it. It's, you're going to hear what they're saying anyway. Believe me, they get through everything, radio, internet, all this stuff. So you don't need to watch the news or the television. It's just an illusion. And it's really time for us to take our power back and decide what we want. To decide that, the illusion is just an illusion. There doesn't have to be a part 2 to this. There doesn't have to be this, rollout of the needle. It doesn't have to happen. But because everyone's believing it's going to happen, then that collectively makes it happen. And so they have got the power, they've taken the power away from us, and we really need to take it back. So that's what's going on. This is a fight for your attention, guys. It's in a fight for your attention from the media, from those who wish to control us, because they know that we are the power, and that if they use that power and manipulate it, then they will get what they want. But if we hold ourselves and stand our ground, stand in our power and use our power of choice for what we want, to create what we want, then that's what we get. We win. So this is all a game. It really is. It's all a game. Nothing is set in stone. This is all up in the air. There's like I said, there's nothing that says that this has to go any further. It can end now. It can end tomorrow. We all just have to choose collectively on a mass scale that it stops, and it stops. And we know this, and this message is being given, by many, many people over a long time. But it's the truth. It's the truth. We are the power, and together we are strong. Because, we're communal. It's standing up on our own isn't going to do anything. Pointing the finger and yelling isn't going to do anything. Standing together in our power and making a collective decision that we're going to take this realm in the direction that we want to take it, that's powerful, and that will work. So that's what I wanted to say, is that that's what this is all. It's just all a game of manipulating the energy of our thoughts to, create a world that they want, that we don't want. And of course, they are just the people who wish to control and profit from us. So, guys, stand in your power, spend time with yourself, write down what do you want, and when you do it from a place that is just inside that. So if we create the future from this external reality that we've been given, then all we can do is create a future that they want us to create, because it's been manipulated. We have to go inside and start from a blank slate. If everything's blank and we just have this amazing realm to live in and this power of thought to create, then what would you do with it? Not how are you going to change in this, environment of, illness. Not how are you going to beat the people trying to, change everything and control us. Because that's playing their game. That's playing on their field. It's time to step sideways and just make our own decisions and forget about them. Because things that you give energy to grow. Where attention goes, energy flows. And what we focus on, we make bigger. So let's just focus on what we want. It's really that simple, and this is, like I said, this is the game. They want us to focus on their agenda. Let's just create our own and focus on that. And that way we'll actually end up there. And this has really got us, it's really got to do with us, believing in our power and taking that step and forgetting about what everyone's talking about and what all the noise is. And just having that belief that, if we step out, that we'll be okay, that we'll be protected, that, the universe, that God, the Spirit has our back, because it does. It does, because in essence, that's what we are. We are it. It is us. This is a symbiotic relationship with us and energy in this physical reality. And when we understand that, and when we come from a place of belief and, the emotional attachment that this is a safe place that does have our back and it's all here for our experience to help us, well, then we're walking our own path and we can do whatever we want. We really can. And all it takes, guys, is just that step out. You don't have to totally believe that you can do it. You just have to have the opinion that it's possible. And take that step on faith, a bit of courage, and to see what happens. Because I guarantee you, when you do that, amazing things will happen, and you'll end up in places that are even better than what you imagined in your amazing mind. So there you go, guys. I hope that helped. This is really up to you, and you get to choose. So use that amazing power you have and choose the life you want. So thanks for spending some time with me. Have a spectacular day, and I will talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.